Exercise A. Meaning from context. Page 112.
UXDN 364, User Experience Design. Course description. Digital technology is becoming increasingly complex, but sometimes these technologies are poorly designed and hard to use. This is why user experience design, or UX design, is a priority for software developers. UX design is the process of increasing user satisfaction by making digital products such as websites or computer applications more practical and easier to use. Good UX design enables users to carry out tasks with minimal effort. The main objective of this course is to help students identify and apply the key principles of UX design. In this course, we will explore the typical ways that users browse websites and use applications. We will see how poor design guarantees user frustration. We will discover how crucial changes in UX design can solve problems and improve user experience. These changes may be large or they may be small adjustments, but each new version is designed to improve the experience of users. The course is assessed through weekly assignments and a final exam.
Exercise B. Page 112.
Hi, Emma. You took User Experience Design last semester, didn't you?
Yeah. Why?
Well, I'm not enjoying my industrial design class, so I'm thinking of taking that course instead. Do you mind telling me what you thought of it?
Sure. The course itself was great, but it wasn't easy. Professor Peterson is a great instructor, but he made us work really hard. It's crucial that you are organized so that you don't get behind with your work. I didn't always prepare well, and Professor Peterson spoke to me after class one day. He helped me identify what I wanted from the class, what my objectives should be. After that, I decided to make the course a priority, and after a lot of hard work, I got an A on the final exam. That really gave me a feeling of satisfaction. Professor Peterson doesn't guarantee a good grade, but if he sees that you're working hard, you should be okay.
Thanks, Emma. I appreciate it.
No problem, Robert. Let me know what you decide to do.
Listening. The design process. Exercise B. Main ideas. And Exercise C. Details. Pages 114 to 115.
Hi, I'm taking User Experience Design 364 with Professor Peterson. I'm having trouble with an assignment he gave us. He suggested that I come and talk with you as the teaching assistant.
Sure, of course. Have a seat. So what's the assignment?
It's the one where I'm supposed to come up with an idea that solves a common problem that users experience when they browse the web or use an app. I need to solve the problem and also increase user satisfaction.
Okay, so the overall objective of the assignment is to design a solution to a typical user experience problem. That means your priority is to decide which problem you want to solve following the design process. Following the design process is the most practical approach to solving a problem. It's crucial that you understand it, so let's start there. The first step in the design process is to identify the problem you want to solve. Let me illustrate. I speak Japanese, right? And sometimes I switch my tablet from English to Japanese so I can browse the internet using Japanese. But the software is badly designed. Even though I've switched to Japanese, I still have to choose Japanese every time I want to do a new search. So I have to select Japanese again before I do a second search, and a third search, and a fourth search, and so on. Otherwise, I end up typing in English rather than Japanese characters. It's not a major UX issue, but it gets frustrating pretty quickly.
Yeah, that kind of software problem drives me crazy.
Exactly. That's the kind of specific problem you might come up with in the first stage of the design process. Identify the problem you want to solve. Okay, so then in the second step, you explore various ways to solve the problem.
So I need to brainstorm solutions.
Right. In my case, I need a solution that will enable me to search the internet in Japanese characters without changing languages every time. After you've brainstormed, the third step is to select one of your ideas. You may want to list the pros and cons of each solution, choose the strongest, and then start working on the design. For this assignment, you'll probably want to draw some diagrams to illustrate the problem and show how your design will solve it. Do you understand?
Yeah, I'm taking notes.
Good. Now, once you have a design solution that you like, perhaps a simple software solution that users can look at, your next task is to have people review it and test it. There's no way to guarantee that your solution will work or that people will use it in the way that you expected, so you need to get feedback. You might be surprised by what users say.
So the next step is getting feedback.
Right. After that, you have a choice. If the feedback from your users is positive, you may decide that your design is finished. In most cases, however, you'll want to make some adjustments in order to improve your solution. I often think of this stage in the process as the redesign stage. After you've made those changes and you have a second version of your design, you do more testing and get more feedback. Again, you either decide your design is good enough or you do additional rounds of improvement and redesign. Okay?
Yeah, this is great. I can already see that following this design process is going to be a huge help. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck with the assignment.
Exercise D, page 115.
Today, I want to talk a little about apps. Is everyone clear about what an app is? Here's a definition. An app, which is a short form of application, is a type of software with a specific function. You download and install an app on a computer or, more often, on a mobile phone. Some apps are free, others you need to pay for. You can see that apps are not the same as websites, which you can simply visit on the internet. The number of apps on the market is increasing every day. Today, there are more than 7 million apps available. There are apps for just about everything: business, travel, hobbies, health, and much more. For example, if you are starting a new exercise program, you can download an app to track your progress. If you are planning a trip, you can download an app to help you buy train tickets. You can even download an app with a game to entertain you when you're bored. The use of apps has made life easier for a lot of people. However, there are some drawbacks. Sometimes people lose contact with their friends because they spend too much time on their phone apps. If you love using apps, it's important to be aware of how much time you're spending on them.
Pronunciation. Consonant clusters with 3 sounds. Page 117.
Consonant clusters are groups of consonant sounds that are not separated by a vowel sound. Consonant clusters of 3 sounds can be challenging to pronounce. Examples are spread, thinks, sixth, tasks, attempt, strength, and hands. In addition, some vowels are not pronounced. Words like helped and changed have clusters of 3 consonant sounds since the E is silent. When you encounter a cluster of 3 sounds, slow down and try to pronounce each sound.
Exercise E, page 117.
1. The students helped to move the new desks into the classroom. 2. I rearranged my office and put some plants on my bookshelves.
3. The patients in the hospital wore masks to protect themselves against disease.
4. Thanks to my teaching assistant's advice, I finished all my projects on time.
5. We took our drinks outside, but our food attracted wasps.
6. My sister sends me too many texts. This is the 6th one this morning.
Exercise A. Model. And Exercise B. Analyze the model. Page 120.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to tell you about my interview with Sonia Sahin. Sonia is my cousin, and she designs advertisements. Her ads appear regularly on television. I asked her how advertisements are made, what process she follows, and I'm going to tell you what I learned. First, when Sonia gets a job to design an advertisement, she carries out some research into the company. This is the preparation stage. She finds out who the company sells to, who their market is. How old are the customers? Are they male or female? How much money do they spend on this kind of product? Let's say our product is ice cream. Are we marketing to teenagers? To people who want different varieties of ice cream? To people who need special ice cream such as sugar-free? Or to parents of young children who just want good value for money? After that, Sonia says she goes away for a while and thinks about the concept for the advertisement. In this stage, she uses her imagination, comes up with ideas, and doesn't worry too much about whether these are realistic or practical. Sonia's ideas at this stage may be crazy, or they may be too expensive to produce. It doesn't matter. It's important to just have ideas. So, for an ice cream advertisement, Sonia might decide to travel above the Arctic Circle to film some polar bears sitting outside by a fire surrounded by deep snow. The bears are cold, but they are waiting for a delivery. And here it is, a carton of this particular ice cream. They're so excited. It may be a ridiculous idea, but at this stage, she's just playing with concepts. Next comes the bright idea stage. Sonia has an aha moment, and she knows exactly what she wants to do with the advertisement. This could happen anywhere, at any time. Sonia told me she often has this moment when she's exercising, like running in the park. She isn't thinking about work, but the idea comes into her mind. Finally, she goes through the checking stage. This is where she asks herself some questions. Is the concept suitable for this market? Is it realistic? Can it be done at a reasonable cost? So, if we come back to the ice cream advertisement, she may not travel to the North Pole, but she may show people at a party, enjoying this brand of ice cream with their friends. So that's the process of designing an advertisement. Sonia only presents the concept for the advertisement to the company after she has gone through this process. I hope you enjoyed this talk and learned something from it. Thank you for listening.